So today, we're flipping gears, and we're going to talk about technology. When I made when I made the comment back, I guess, at family reunion or even before that, and I said we're a technology company. Boy, you would have thought I'd have said the weirdest thing, right? People were going, "You're an idiot, Keller." Blog posts. I mean, you know, babies were named in my honor for being stupid, right? No offense, but I mean, literally, I was taken to task from you know, A to Z. Now, what's interesting is that when Dan Gilbert of Quicken Mortgages stood before the National Mortgage Association and said, "We're not a mortgage company, we're actually a data and technology company," crickets, of course. Nobody said a word when he said it. But I want to share something with you. When I made that statement, I wasn't actually talking to you. I was actually talking to the men and women we had to hire in order to build technology. Because at the end of the day, great technologists don't want to go to work in a tech department for a business. If they're going to build cool stuff, if they're going to build amazing things, if they're going to have the opportunity with their skills to change the world, they want to work for a technology company. And they want to know that that company is 100% committed to the technology. So when I was making that statement, it was actually a recruiting statement and a retention statement. It wasn't a statement I was making to declare to the world that we were doing this. That makes sense? You can relate to that? Okay, so what does it mean to be a technology company? Number one, it means you own the strategy. You do not outsource your strategy. When you buy off-the-shelf technology, you're buying into someone else's view about how things work. And so when we say we're a technology company, all that really means is that we own the strategy, and we either build it or we partner with other individuals. And number two, it means that we own the data and we own the insights of that data. We, meaning us, inside this company called Keller Williams. Okay? So with that being said, I'd like to give you the presentation that I went to Inman to give and wasn't allowed to give. Okay? Now, that's not a, you know, I appreciate the clap. That's not a statement pro or con about Inman, because I'm, in the end, and I even said that publicly, I'm very appreciative of what they do. No hugs and kisses here, but at the same time, but I'm still grateful and appreciative. So I'm not poking fun. Okay, so here's what I wanted to say and was trying to say, and that is, we find ourselves in a unique time in our business history, you and I. Some of you just got into the real estate business. Some of you have been in it like me for literally 40 years, okay? I have the gray hair and thinning hair to show it. And I've never seen anything like this, and I don't think anyone else has either. But there's a reason why, and I want to explain that to you, okay? And that is, it wouldn't matter what industry you and I were looking at, or even a business. There are basically 4 stages that a business and or an entire industry goes through on the way to reinventing itself, okay? And those stages can be represented by these circles. And the first phase right here is people come into the business, they try things, they do things, it succeeds, it fails, this works, this doesn't work. All those things happen. In our industry, this is what that's been. Now I want you to understand that, okay, so here's a way to say that. So we start out with hardware, right? Sperry Rand, IBM, I'm taking you way back. And one day, all of a sudden, someone realized we needed software to run the hardware. Probably one of the most amazing experiences in business was when IBM made the decision that the money was in hardware, not software. And they allowed Bill Gates and Paul Allen to own the software, right? They teach that in business school as things not to do, okay? Yeah, okay? And then one day you woke up and you got a notice, and it said, "Hey, do you want to quit using these memory cards? How about if we just put your data up on this thing called the cloud, and you can access your data from any of your hardware, right? So today, who in here doesn't have a, don't raise your hand, but who in here doesn't have a data plan? Right, exactly. So what happens is this became a commodity. In other words, for as cheap as $600 to as much as $1,000, I can go buy a piece of hardware, I can buy software to run on it, I can go buy a data service, and I can start building a business. Yes? Absolutely. That's a commodity. And then we can put underneath that the internet. Okay? In our industry, that has been that the last 10 years. Okay? That's what this is. And by the way, all of this did not change the real estate industry, did it? No. No, it created businesses that build this and sell it to you, or they're going straight to the consumer. But at the end of the day, this did not disrupt the real estate industry. Okay? So when I got asked a question by, hang on, I'll come back to that in a second. So then what is this? So everybody has been competing in your industry. Now again, I'm talking macro to you, not micro. So I'm not talking about hyper-local conversation right now. I'm talking about the bigger picture that actually can drive the industry. And this is what technology and what the internet does, right? It takes a local bookstore and gives you a worldwide bookstore, yes? Okay, so what the internet and technology has the ability to do is transcend, to actually create a local experience from one spot that can service all locals all over the world. So all of a sudden one day, the game changed. And here's where the game changed. And that was big data and artificial intelligence. And this right here, not this right here has been called the fourth industrial revolution. So the interesting thing for you and I is that you and I are actually building our businesses right now in the middle of the fourth industrial revolution. And that's a big deal. That's not a little deal. When you see economists start telling you that you're in a new industrial revolution, folks, they're talking about printing press kind of change. They're talking about transcendent change that's fixing to happen in the world. So this right here is what phase 2 is. And that's why you're not feeling the pressure yet, because everything that we've been experiencing has been this. Okay? So when I got asked the question on stage by Brad Inman, well, where are all these other companies? Are they here or here? I came back and I said, okay,